Power 60 here. Welcome to another Sunday night conversation about elder care. I have been binge watching amazing information, videos that Tifa Snow has been putting out or had put out. So a lot of them are older ones, but I'm going to get comfortable here. Just a wealth of information. I have been searching and researching and doing more and more. Puppy, you've been fed. Mommy took you out. Please be quiet. So I've discovered some excellent videos locally for my local Alzheimer's Society, and I am feeling two sides of a coin here. I'm feeling overwhelmed with the information, and I'm feeling a little inadequate because of not being trained. I wanted to bring this up last week. I'm going to bring it up this week. So, excuse me. Mom has been really doing well. What I have discovered is that when elderly people in the early stages, because Mom is in the very early stages of dementia, I thought it was medium, but it's not after, well, not that I know of. She hasn't been diagnosed, but you know, the doctor's pretty sure, we're just not sure at what level. However, one of the things that we discovered, and my daughter worked for I think 6-8 years in geriatrics. She's a nurse, and she worked in geriatrics for that long, and she mentioned to me that some of her patients sometimes, when they have an infection, they become more forgetful, and sometimes when things are going fine and then they start experiencing a lot of these things, it could be caused by an infection. So we went to the doctor. Zorro, please stop. You've been fed. I don't want to stop my camera. I got it started. It took me half an hour. So she has a small infection and she's on some antibiotics. It's not serious. The doctor said it wasn't normally for someone like myself who's fairly healthy. She wouldn't have bothered prescribing them, but because of Mom's age, it's better to nip it in the bud. So Mom's been feeling great. She's been doing really well. We went and, you know, she'd be sitting knitting, and then I'd say, Mom, do you want to come and help me do laundry? And she gets very excited about that. She's been cleaning around the house. She does all of the dishes all the time. I feel bad sometimes because I'm leaving stuff for her to do. My house has never been cleaner. I'm sure I've said this before, but it actually is quite nice. So while she's getting the therapy she needs, or, you know, she's helping me and she needs to be needed, and I am thrilled. You know, she does some dusting around and she does little things like that. So a lot of times, you know, if I have to go out, she would ask if I want, you know, did I want her to go with me? 9 times out of 10 I say yes, because that's kind of her way of saying I'd like to go with you, just to get out of the house, because she knits and watches TV, and there's not much to clean up with 2 people except dog hair and cat hair, but once you've dusted and vacuumed, so she's doing really, you know, well. But that one time when I need to go alone, and sometimes it's just to get away for a bit, and other times it's because If I have to go pick up my son and his wife and 2 kids, there's no room in the car, and I have to explain that. And I did fib once. You know, I told her that the family had an appointment where, in fact, I had a few errands to run, and I didn't want to burden her with, where are you going, why are you going in there, you know. Sometimes I need to have some private time. So, other than that, things have been going really well. She did have a bad day last week. This week, my stepfather didn't come. His son had called and said something about he really wasn't up to it. So, Mom's been great since. So, maybe the next visit. I feel like I got a tickle, like a cold coming on. Because there's a lot, it's been really, really cold. But anyway, it'll go away. Yes, so last week when he brought David over, and they just came over, she was not going to go out to lunch with them. She didn't want to do that. I don't think she likes his driving, and it makes her a little nervous, and I think that's half of the reason. You know, I'm guessing at some of this stuff. But, please, puppy. She's been, you know, doing good. I have to find things for her to do. And, I still haven't gotten around to do a Q&A yet. That would be really, really fun. I would really enjoy that. But I have discovered some great stuff. I have a form here to register for our Alzheimer's Society is having a walk on the 13th of May, I believe. The 13th of May, and it's a fundraiser, and I am hoping to get some support here from a lot of people. I'm not asking for your support, believe me. This is family and local friends and so on. I would never come on here to do that. But it is walk for Make Memories Matter, and in a little box here it says, who are you walking for? Well, I've got my mom, my stepdad, my uncle who has passed, my aunt who has passed, my grandmother who has passed, all from dementia and Alzheimer's stuff, and my brother. So I've got, instead of one person, I've got like a whole family of people. So I'm, you know, I want to, it just dawned on me right now, I have got to write this down because I will forget. I'm going to ask my brother to join us. If I write it down, I will remember to join us May 13th. May 13th, I don't remember what day that is. It's a Saturday. It's a Saturday. So we're all going to be going, and Mom's going, and I'm going to get my brother to join us. I think that's important. I would like to, get a lot of people. I'd like to get their awareness, is what I'm trying to say. I mean, people are aware. People get old. They get, you know, senile, as they used to call it, but it's dementia, it's Alzheimer's, it's all of those things. Memory loss of one sort or another. But as we baby boomers, and I'm on the sort of the last leg of the baby boomers. I'm one of the baby boomers. In another 20 years, there's going to be a lot of people needing care, and it's you know, the facilities are there, but the training is not there. You know, I watched Tifa Snow do a two-part scenario. Um, she would show, as an example, say, why seniors get aggressive, especially if they don't speak a lot or they're, you know, in the middle late stages. They can't formulate in their mind and so on. So if a caregiver is going to try and get a person, an elder person, to do something, you know, she was showing how, you know, when you reach for them and try and take their pets off, let's go have a shower now, stuff like that, let's go, because they have so much time and they can't take the time as well. They should, but, you know, whatever. And how aggressive and angry and they don't touch me, and, you know, and they're so aggravated, and it escalates as the caregiver. And then after, the caregiver sometimes just says, oh, never mind, then we won't bother. So the older person who is seeing this is like so upset, and probably every time they see that one caregiver is probably like they're just, you know, agitated already. Whereas she shows another approach where she would go over and how are you doing, and nod, and then get a little closer, and then get a little closer, and talk to them and touch their hand, and listen to what they have to say, and ask them how they are. And, you know, if they're agitated about something, she says, well, you know, and then she takes their hand, and there's a cupping that she does when she takes their hand. It's sort of like thumb to thumb, holding them with one hand and touching their elbow with the other, and talking to them and saying, well, let's go look for this. I have to find something. Can you help me? Or whatever. You're just, you know, not changing the subject, but redirecting them. And then, you know, she goes through this whole process of gently easing your way. So just, you know, it's almost like you got to remember what it was like when you were talking to a 3-year-old who didn't understand you. And you're just teaching them and just teaching them. Well, their mind is like that 3-year-old, whereas that 3-year-old is growing and they are shrinking, you know. So anyway, it was fascinating. It was fascinating. I am absolutely thrilled about it. So things have been going better. I started looking after myself. I started doing things for me, looking after me a little bit, trying to look after me a little bit more, getting a little bit more rest, trying to get a little bit more sleep, which I was going to yawn there. I probably still feel like yawning. One of the other things that was a great tip was, when you're feeling really frustrated, take a deep breath and blow it out. Take a deep breath and blow it out. Like force it out. You know, take a deep breath in your nose and then blow it out. You know, 3 times, and do it slowly. And it's amazing how, okay, now let's get on to the next thing. So I've been watching a lot of other people who have been putting videos up about caring for their grandmothers and their mothers and their fathers, and showing their situations and what they had to go through and what problems they had and all of this. It helps me. It's great to see the professionals telling you things, but it's also great to hear other lay people like us and find out how we're, you know, coping, and what mistakes we made, and how we, maybe could do it better, which is, you know, what I've been doing. So it takes a lot of patience, a lot more than I expected, but we're doing okay. I have some smudging to do because I'm feeling we're getting a little bit better here. However, the there's a negativity in the apartment that it's starting to dissipate, and Mom is feeling more comfortable. The animals are calming down. Maybe it's because I'm out here now where I spend a lot of time in the bedroom. I don't know. Mom is feeling better. She's watching TV while I do things on the computer, and occasionally I'll bring some craft stuff out. Someone had suggested that, you know, maybe Mom could do her knitting in the room while I'm doing my crafts. There's really no place for her to sit except on my bed. It's a little cool in my bedroom, which is great for me, but not for her. So, you know, I did think of those things. So I think it's just easier for me to, whatever project I'm going to do, gather all the information, all the craft stuff I want to do, and bring it out here. And when I do things and show Mom, she's really quite excited about it, which is really wonderful. And I'm pleased about that. So that's all I have to share with you tonight. I want to thank everybody for joining me each week and leaving comments. I really appreciate it. We are going to try and get into more detail about Mom. Maybe we'll do that Q&A, which would be a lot of fun. I just want her to be comfortable first, and I want to do it when we're laughing, and maybe she can have a glass of wine and we can have just a little fruit and sit and talk, and that would be a lot of fun. So we're going to try and do that. I have got a phone number for a driving range that I think Mom would really enjoy. We're going to do that this week. Go out and spend a half an hour so that she can hit some golf balls and feel, you know, back like her old self. I'd like her to start like maybe once a week going, just to get the swing and get the exercise, because my mom, up until 2 years ago when my stepfather's Alzheimer's was diagnosed, she was golfing every summer. She was with the ladies league, and I mean, that was when up until she was 84, and she was hitting the ball straight, and all the young people, how do you do that? And my dad taught her. Not my stepdad, my dad. My stepdad doesn't golf. But that was a passion of my dad and my mom's for many, many years. They were golfers. Even my brother, as a young, I think he was 13, 12, out golfing with my dad. He could have been pro. Those were the days. Now things have all changed. But that's life, and that's how we learn, and that's how we grow. And thanks for stopping by, and thanks for the comments. I really appreciate them. We did have a good week this week. I did have a couple of bad days, but that was my own worry. And once I got Mom calmed down about a few things and made 2 appointments, one for her ears. She got those cleaned out. She had her hearing aid adjusted. We went to the doctor. She's got her antibiotics, and I took her out this afternoon. So I think we're doing okay right now. But I have to be practical, and I have to think ahead. So I need to know the next steps. And all of this research has got me thinking about my brother. And I'm really, I want to know what his actual diagnosis was. Is it Alzheimer's, or is it a dementia of a different type? So anyway. enough chat for tonight. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you real soon. Like, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Thanks for coming back week after week. I appreciate it. Bye for now.